Hello everyone, welcome. Glad you can join us tonight for round 5 of the GT World Challenge Series here at Formula GT Racing League. I'm joined by a special guest today.
Hello. It's me, Ollie.
It's you, Ollie. Lovely.
It is me.
Ollie was bored, joined the voice channel and was like, sure, why not do some commentating? So here he is. And hopefully this is going to be well. We have just started qualifying. We've had 4 minutes already, well, 3.5. Don't think we've actually got any lap times in at the moment. But we've got quite a few people on track. We've got 18 people in the server tonight. We've got currently one person in the pit, which is Kevin Pecorari. So better get out there. Or he's probably a little bit too tired from last night, actually, to be fair. But it looks like Eric Papstel, oh my god, I butchered your name. Eric Papstel is going to be the first one to either set a time or start a time. And that was an invalid time, so not good.
And my ACC race control does not want to work.
Beautiful. Do you want me to stream it for you?
No, I know why it's not working. It's because I haven't put in my my streaming password.
Lovely.
My ACC is fine, it's just my
Just a thing. Right, it looks like we have got pit times coming in, thankfully. We've got Matt Townsend on pole at the moment with a 58.2. Patrick Swayze with a 59.1. Daniel, I think it is Mundusi, in a 59.4. Pietro Becchio in a 59.8. Christian Whitke in a 2.008. Drew Downing in a 2.018. Good result there for him. Now, interestingly enough, I've asked him this already, as I saw this livery in the practice server earlier, and I was like, is this meant to be like this? Yeah, apparently it is. So, there we go. Emmo Plate has just gone second place as well with a 58.852. So currently a 6 tenths gap between first and second at the moment. Obviously, Emmo Plate was last race winner due to penalties. Robert Bjorkman got a post-race time penalty of 5 seconds, which put him back behind Emma Plate. So Robert Bjorkman finished second in the end, and I think it was Luke Wilson. No, Thomas Bossatelli finished third. Thomas isn't here this weekend. I think he's on vacation. We've got a few people away this weekend as well. I know Fabian and Sel are all at the F1 in Spa, and a couple of other people, but I'm not sure who else. Olav's not here this weekend, so that's going to be a shame not to see that Lamborghini in. But we have got quite a good grid at the moment. We've got Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren, Audi, Lexus, Lamborghini, Ford Mustang, Porsche, BMW, and I think
there we go.
So
My ACC race control is working again.
Let's go. As you can see there, that's one of the Ford Mustangs of our Mr. Michael Pogomandi, making his debut in this series, having done stewarding for the first couple of rounds and then hasn't been around for the previous few. Robert Bjorkman set a P2 time of a 1:58.235, 0.4 seconds behind Matt Townsend at the moment. Now, Matt Townsend has a penalty for this race, a 10-second time penalty to be served during the race due to accumulating penalty points. We've also got Bentley. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. And why would I not show this livery? The Barbie Mobile. I don't know. Barbie Bentley what works. Bobby Bentley works, doesn't it? But that's going to be a pretty good car, I think. With the ballast in this game so far, you've got the Bentley with minus 40 kilos. You've got the Ford with minus 8 kilos. I think the McLaren has 15 kg standard. The BMW has 12. The Ferrari has 16. The Audi has 19 kilos. The Aston has 7 kilos. But I believe I need to add some stuff onto that, because we do success ballasts.
Gonna have Pietro Baccaia coming around to improve his lap. This is gonna put him up to P3 for now in the FNR team Audi Evo.
And his teammate Iskra has just come across the line to do a 1:59.7 there in that BMW. So it looks like a lot of people are abandoning their lap times now. Oh, I've lost it. Any big improvements? We got Michael Commandy 1 second up on his time. Oh, what's happening there? Oh no, that's going to be invalid. 1 second up and he invalidates it on the final corner. That sucks. I've been there, done that before. I'm sure you have as well, Ollie, haven't you? Looks like Mundusi is up on his time as well. 0.3 seconds to the good. It's a pretty busy track in some places at the moment. Max Beckett's and the straight after that is pretty busy. Reese is out in the Toga Esports BMW. He's currently P10 with a 200.227. We've also got Eric Pepsdale in the Toga Esports livery in the McLaren. Good to have those guys join us this weekend as well. Becky is in the pits. Not Michael. Robert Bjorkman's up on his time as he comes across the Hamilton straight. See if he can carry on doing anything into the final sector. So Emo Play in the Ferrari, because of winning last race at Kailami, he gets 15 extra kg. 15 kilos extra onto his car, and that's on top of LFM BOP, and then Robert Bjorkman has an extra 10 kilograms on his 15, so he gets 25 kg, and Emma Plate has 31 kg. So Emma Plate's really going to be stressing about his BOP sort of affecting him in a way, but no, he's fast. He was very, very fast last time at Kailami. He's currently P5 now, as it looks like Pepsdale has just improved his time to a 1:58.6. Incredible job here from Eric. We've got Kevin Pakiri 0.5 seconds up on his time as we come into the last corner. Can he improve from 17th place on the grid? Where's it going to put him? It's going to put him 15th. Really good job there from Kevin. Really proud of Kevin, actually. He just participated in the Toga 10 hours of Suzuka. I needed to say Silverstone then. 10 hours of Suzuka last night. I am too quiet, apparently. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put myself up. So I've got a couple of dBs. Hopefully that works. Let me know if that's better. But yeah, anyway, very, very proud of Kevin and what he did last night in the 10 hours of Suzuka. It was the first outing for him in the Toga Endurance Championship and second endurance race, actually. He did the 4 hours of Monza a few weeks back. So big step up from the 4 hours to the 10 hours in only his second endurance race, so pretty good there. any improvements currently going on. Luke Wilson's currently 3.5 seconds up, but that doesn't seem right because he's on an invalid lap. Yeah. He's probably just getting a banker in there.
Skipped a corner somewhere, possibly.
Bit naughty, but not against the rules per se. Kevin Pickery is up on his time as well, 7/10 up on his time at the moment. He's been put down into 16th now, but he is up on his time, and so is Night Last in the 101 McLaren there. 0.9 seconds up on his time at the moment. We'll keep an eye on Kevin while he comes around the final corner.
Number 70, the Barbie Bentley, is improving as well, 4/10 up at the moment for Hunter Davis. That was Kevin Packery coming around the final corner and improving to 13th overall. A 2:09, very tasty lap.
And Night Last had a little bit of a moment in the final corner, lost a little bit of time there, but he's still going to improve. 17th overall.
Yeah.
Hunter Davies is the next person to come across the line, I would believe.
Indeed.
And that beautiful Bentley, Barbie Bentley.
Yeah, almost half a tenth up, or far more now through that final corner. 7/10 of a second up, so this is going to find him a couple of positions actually. In the end, 8/10 up. This is going to be P9, I believe, for Hunter Davis, if my relatively rough maths is correct. It's P10, only just though.
And just out of the 159s, so just a 2:00.120 there.
Yeah, getting close. Getting really close.
Reese is up in his time. 8/10 at the moment. 9/10, 1 second.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. I think compared to other cars, the BMW is one that really takes a while to get going in qualifying.
Yeah.
There are some cars that you can get in and extract the pace from them on the first lap when the tyres aren't quite there and you know your brakes aren't quite there, but you can still get a very good lap time out of them. The BMW is not like that at all.
No. Reese was struggling a little bit earlier when he was doing some practice with it. He was really struggling with the track combination and the car, but did some really good times in practice, and now currently 11th on the board, but it will definitely improve. I mean, his time was I can't remember what his time, 2:00.02, so this should improve him to at least 8th, I would recommend. Kevin Pickery is also up on his time. We're going to keep an eye on Reese at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to find his way to 9th. I think Luke Wilson is still going to be just out of touch now that he's improved again, and it is 9th for Reese for now. A 59.2 though, nice lap.
Really good there. Let's see what Kevin can do. I think Kevin just went across the line at 2:00.05, so these times are really, really good actually. I mean,
yeah, they're coming down as well. Hunter Davis, by the way, coming into the final two corners, Luffield and Brooklands.
Is it
currently
Brooklands,
5/10 up again?
I never know.
I don't know, there's so many corners right here. I feel like it's Luffield and Brooklands.
So where's this going to put
anyway,
Davis?
Across the line. Or stays where he is. It's very close though. 17 thousandths of a second to the next position.
We've got Michael Pocomandi's up on his time. Other than that, I don't think anyone else is really improving. Current gap is 4 seconds from first to last at the moment, with Till Kalmbacher in 18th position at the moment. So not too bad off the spread. And you've got top 5 within a second, which is not too shabby either. Daniel Mundusi is up on his time and just improved his time, but didn't improve position, but is also in the 1 second gap now, so 6 people within 1 second. It's going to be interesting what Luke Wilson can do. I don't know why he's in the pit still. Looks like he is coming out the pits now. As it does look like he's come out the pits now, so he's just going to go in and do basically just a 1-lap shootout, I would recommend. Got a couple of people up on their time slightly. Undusi in the Ferrari and Becchia in the Audi. Both of them running these beautiful F&R racing team liveries. Till Kaltenbacher.
Manley goes P12.
What a result there for the Mustang there. Really good result. And a pretty cool livery with the Shell V-Power Aussie Supercars-esque livery. Eric Papsdale threw Beckett's onto the straight here. If he can improve anything, it doesn't look like he's going to improve though. Currently got Robert Bjorkman in the pit, so it looks like these three McLarens have actually taken quits and decided to take it to the track, I guess, take it to the race. Matt Townsend is still out there. Don't know why he needs to be out there. He's 3/10 clear at the moment.
Yeah, not necessarily a comfortable margin though.
But when you've got your P2 guy in the pits already without enough time to set a new lap, the next guy is 0.38 and then the next guy is 0.7, so pretty big gaps really, and you didn't really expect that from this sort of track really. But we've got Michael Pocamandi is up on his time as well as we come into the village loop. Can he keep it valid though? He does keep it valid, but he's lost quite a bit of time there. Daniel Mundusi is up on his time as we're going into the final laps of the session. A lot of people bailing for the pits now. Got 36 seconds off the qualifying left. Can people try and get across the line? I think the only people across the line who can get another lap in is going to be... the last person is going to be Emo Plate in the Ferrari. Other than that, I think everyone will have to do with this final lap. 919 has stopped, 97 has stopped, so they are bailing. 5 seconds left. Is 85 going to make it across the line? That's Matt Townsend. I don't think he's going to make it. Oh no, he didn't make it. Just cut off.
Literally tenths of a second in it there. That was so close.
So next person to come across the line will be Pietro Becchia in the number 53 Audi, currently sat in 5th position. Coming into the final corners of the circuit. He is slightly up on his time. I don't think that's going to improve him any positions though. Emo Plate has bailed for the pits as well. Let's see what Pietro Becchia can do.
It's not going to improve positions, but it might just defend from Monduzzi behind, depending on how Monduzzi's final 2 corners go. The answer is not brilliantly, but it's not going to be enough to defend that P5 position. I think Monduzzi is just going to get him, not by loads though.
I'm going to be saying track limits on that for Daniel Mundusi. I don't know if you saw it, but he was completely off the curbs there on the inside of the final corner. Michael Pocamandi is the final car on the circuit with time improving, 7/10 up at the moment. So Daniel Mundusi did improve to P5, knocking Pietro Becchia to P6. And it looks like Michael Pocamandi has decided to quit. Not quit, but not continue the qualifying laps. I'll just put us onto the poster while we'll get into the race session momentarily. But I'm just going to go through our standings, which are now on stream. Now I need to get my Discord up so I can actually see these. Standings. So, in drivers, you've got Robert Bjorkman currently leading by 35 points at the moment. 1,200 points for him at the moment. Close behind is Luke Wilson with 1,165 points. Matt Townsend with 1,140. Thomas Postatelli not here today with 1,100. Mo Plate with that win from last week, 895. Olaf Nyheim not here today with 850. Pietro Becchia with 850 as well. Gilham Goncalves not here this week. I'm not sure why he's not here. Other people, Finley's not here either. Peter Romeo's not here either this week. Fabian Riedel not here. Christian Woodke will be improving this week. He's got 450 at the moment in 15th. that will definitely improve after today's result. Jack Deluge as well in P17. Daniel Monducci in P18. Kevin in P19. Drew in P20. Knight in 21st. Who else have we got? Hunter Davis. He's showing in 28th, but that was when he was in the McLaren. He's now in the Bentley, so that will change pretty soon. Any others? Andrea Isgro is in 32nd. Other people here, no one there, but there will be some improvements from the grid, and sure that people will improve. Luke Wilson is saying that the car is disgusting. Good to know. So, Luke will be probably wanting a better race than others, but it might be pretty hard for them. But we'll see.
Yeah, Lexus moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't like long sustained corners, and you've got about 6 or 7 of them around here. You've got to get it through the, obviously, Maggots, Beckett's Chapel section. The Lexus isn't going to like. Stowe it probably doesn't like very much. Luffield and Brooklands or Woodcote, we can't remember which one. It won't particularly like.
Yeah, absolutely. He's compared it to a shopping trolley. Well,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me massively.
Michael saying he will make his first points. Absolutely. Even by finishing the race, you get points. Luke did a 57.5 in the McLaren round here. So, what did he do in the Lexus? A 59.0. So, yeah, a good 1.5 seconds off the time. In that. Not great. Can I turn down Ollie? Yes, I can do.
30 seconds.
That should be a bit better. Right. So. Have you got the liveries on, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
Ones that were that were there the last time I did a sync that happened to cross over. Yes, but not all of them.
That's fine. I did forget to do the manufacturer standings as well. So, quickly, McLaren, Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Lexus. Luke's carrying the Lexus in 6th there. Ford, Audi, BMW, Honda, and then Mercedes. So, obviously, we've got McLaren here this weekend. We've got an Aston, we've got a Porsche, we've got Ferrari, we've got Lambo, we've got Lexus, we've got Ford, Audi, and BMW, but no Honda or Mercedes. So, they're not going to improve, but it doesn't matter, does it? So we are now on our formation lap. Let's get this going. Do you want to go through the grid, or
I can run us down the grid for sure, absolutely.
let's go then?
Obviously, starting on pole position in that beautiful Aston Martin is Matt Townsend, the number 85 machine, taking pole position here around Silverstone. Next to him on the grid is going to be Robert Bjorkman, a regular name here and in other series. I see his name popping up all over the place. He's got a real bug for sim racing by the looks of things in the number 6 McLaren. Behind him is going to be Eric Papstel, one of the Toga Esport racers, also in the McLaren, the number 97. Then we've got a duo of Ferraris just behind, Emo Plate in the number 71 Ferrari, just running the AF Corsa livery, and then the number 16 FNR team Ferrari of Daniel Monduzzi. Just behind him, having been pipped at the line, is his FNR teammate in the Audi Evo. That is driven by Pietro Becchia tonight, and that is the number 53 car. Then behind in 7th, we've got Patrick Swayze, which is a brilliant name, by the way. In the number 100 McLaren from Monasteria Sim Racing, something like that. Luke Wilson in the Tech 1 Racing 420 Lexus starts P8. Not what he will have hoped for, but this track is not one of the Lexus's strong points, so I can't say I'm massively surprised with that grid position at this point. Behind him in P9 is Rhys Aindow in the number 90 Toga Esports BMW M4. Good lap for him in qualifying after having struggled in practice to get this car hooked together around this track. Rounding out the top 10 is Andrea Iskro in the 777 BMW for FNR team as well. Then just outside the top 10 this evening is Hunter Davis in the number 70 Barbie Bentley. Not the qualifying that he would have been looking for either. The Bentley tends to be a decent car around this track, so he'll be hoping for a little bit more during the race. Michael Pocamandi in the 444 Ford Mustang starts P12 with Jack Deluge behind in the number 24 Porsche. Then in P14 we've got Christian Wuttke. It's probably Wuttke, isn't it? Because it's a W and it's German. In the Bavarian Simtech Lamborghini Evo 2. Then we've got Kevin Packery in the number 58 McLaren for Quark Racing, followed by Drew Downing in P16 in the Irrelevant Racing 723 Ford Mustang. That's not an insult, that's the team name, I promise.
We're not making this up. This is how it is.
And P17 is Night Last in the Greystone GT 101 McLaren. And rounding out the grid this evening is Till Karnbacher in the Maverick Racing Team 919 McLaren 720S GT3 Evo. Because all of the cars in GT Racing have nice simple names that are not word garbage at all, I promise.
Anyway, we're coming around the final complex. What's going to be interesting is what Matt Townsend does to defend. He has this 10-second time penalty from accumulating penalty points at previous races.
It's difficult, I think. Possibly to a
certain... pole, I mean, it's not a good sign. But
to a certain extent, I would say, you know, there's no need for him to defend, really. He's got to go out there and just maximise his own pace. If there's someone behind that is quicker and is trying to get past, you know, you've got to let him. Very tight grip formation. Green light, and Matt Townsend has lost the lead straight away to Robert Bjorkman, possibly. Indeed he has. Robert Bjorkman stays ahead.
And Eric Papstel.
Tops, and Eric Papstel moves up to P2 as well. Not the start that Matt Townsend would have wanted. He's going to have to try and fight back a little bit.
Hunter Davis is last. There looks like there's been an incident.
Oh yeah, Night Last has been spun around. Andrea Iskro involved in that as well. Other than that, everyone all together. I think Hunter Davis might have been involved as well, down to P16.
Yeah. Having a look, Hunter Davis looked like he went into the Iskro Beamer and then Night Last straight into him as well. Not good for either of those.
P1, P2 and P3 and P4 all side by side there. A position gained for Mo Plate ahead now of Mark Townsend as well. Just continues not to be a brilliant race start for Mark Townsend. Also getting past is Patrick Swayze. Getting past, you ask, Daniel Monduzzi in the number 16 Ferrari, who's lost a position, actually, 2 positions. One to his teammate Pietro Becchia in the Audi FNR team car, and the other one to a tap on the back there.
That's a big one.
Massive spin for Pietro Becchia.
Luke Wilson's making some places up here as well.
Up to P5 for Luke Wilson, and a half spin there. That was for Patrick Swayze. So Reece Aindow now up to P7 in that Toga Esports BMW.
Got that massive line of cars, and look at those Mustangs just peeping through, trying to get back through. So it looks like Pietro Becchia, Night Last, and Andrea Iskro are all at the back at the moment. Hunter Davis has remained on the back of the pack, you could say.
Yeah.
Eric Papstel goes for the fastest lap so far, hunting down on Robert Bjorkman here.
Oh, big switch through the exit cobs.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a risky corner. But these guys at the front are going to be so fast, especially Robert, Eric, Matt, Emo and Luke. They're all going to be battling for positions. Reece has dropped a position from
Patrick Swayze getting back past.
And Michael Pocamandi looks like he might challenge Reece as well in that Mustang.
Yeah, we all know that Mustang is no slouch in a straight line.
And side by side they're going.
Doesn't help that the BMW punches a rather large hole in the air, so you get very good
slipstream. Through goes Michael Pocamandi, but can Reece get the undercut? No, he can't.
No, not
tried it, but didn't have the space, did he? Till Kornbacher's making moves. Started last on the grid and now is 13th.
P12 actually, just ahead of Drew Downing now.
Sorry, yeah, P12. A lot of luck there, but really good result there for them. Eric Pepstell's just got a 1 second gap from Robert Bjorkman at the moment, so he'd be out of DRS range. But Christian Woodkey's on the back. Yeah, exactly. Christian Woodkey is right on the back of Jacques Daluge in the Porsche. Nearly called it Ferrari there. Drew Downing as well. Or as we see Hunter Davis making a move on Kevin Packery. Can he make it through? I'm sure he can. Let's see if that Bartleby Bentley straight line speed can get his way past the McLaren. This good group of 4 cars here. 1.4 seconds now, the gap from Bjorkman to Eric Papstel. So Bjorkman's just edging his lead a little bit. Oh, and Hunter Davis looks like he got a little bit blocked there by Kevin Packery, but on the inside here. And through he goes, making a position up to P14. Back to the lead. Matt Townsend's right on the back of Eric Papstel now as well. So might have took pole, lost it to P3, but now is back on the attack in an attempt to get as many points in as many positions as he can. Andrea Isgro is right on the back of Night Last here, going into Maggots and Beckett's. Are they side by side? Who goes through? And they stay in formation. Eric Papstel's battling with Matt Townsend. Looks like Matt Townsend's going to get through. On the inside here. And through Matt Townsend goes. That solidified his position in second. 2 seconds now to the good is Bjorkman. It looks like Andrea Isgro has got past Matt Last for 17th position. But this battle is really, really heating up. Eric Papstel braking maybe a little bit later just to try and get as much as he can out of that McLaren. Obviously, the McLaren struggles with its brakes, so you don't really want to brake too much, but at a track like this you sort of have to. But Emoplate and Wilson are all there. Pietro Becchia is still back in 16th. He won't be happy with that, but he'll definitely be trying to get on the back off the grid and make his way up through the order. He's not had the greatest of luck in these races recently. He got taken out in one of the races early in the season, and then just hasn't been there really. But Hunter Davis right on the back of Drew Downing at the moment. Track limits are going to be a big effect in this race, especially drive-throughs and the like. It's quite a tricky track to do that, especially at turn 1 here, or through Maggots and Beckett's, or anywhere really. It's quite tough. Perhaps Still's losing out a little bit to Matt Townsend at the moment. Fastest lap currently goes to Robert Bjorkman of 59.372, so very, very fast out there with plenty of fresh and clean air, and it looks like Luke Wilson was right on the back of MO Plate there. The thing I find funny about Luke is that he doesn't always have the greatest qualifying, but he really, really executes well during the race and makes as much as he can, if that makes sense, to do as well. But Emma Plate's right on the back of Eric Papstel now. Till Kornbacher has made a position up, it looks like. Is that just... No, that's all the same. Race control being a bit dopey, I think. And 1.4 seconds now from Robert Bjorkman to Townsend, and then 1.2 seconds to Papstel. So gaps are edging out a little bit more. But this is a great battle for the final spot on the podium at the moment. Obviously we've got an hour and 22 minutes remaining off this race, with the pit stop in mind as well. And look at that, Luke Wilson right on the back of Emma Plate.
who's right on the back of Eric Papstal in turn.
Yeah.
They are a proper little train here. Yeah, Eric Papstal just dropping off the pace.
Cork in the bottle.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
difficult at the
guarantee
moment.
once Emma Plate or Luke Wilson get past Eric Papsdale, they'll be off. But at the moment, they've got to stay behind, and all that look like track limits for Luke Wilson. Do they go side by side?
Oh, going for a move
side.
here on Emma Plate.
And he goes through. Wow, what a
Emma
move
Plate
there
just-
from Luke Wilson.
Emma Plate just letting it happen.
Yeah,
The sensible decision, I would say.
absolutely.
Luke Wilson is the faster of the two drivers out of Emma Plate and himself. His fastest lap, 3/10 faster than that of Emma Plate, and was a 10th and a bit faster the previous lap as well. So Luke is on a little bit of a charge now. Eric Papstal not helping his
A little bit of momentum
balls.
there from Eric. And here comes Luke on the inside. And Eric's
Eric
really
Papstal hangs
defensive.
it around the outside though,
Wow.
you know.
Emma Plate might make it through from Luke Wilson as well. Look at that. No, he just stays a little bit further back.
And
look at
here
this,
comes
Daniel Mundisi.
Mundisi to join the party. Absolutely.
It's like here comes Hamilton. Here.
Through goes Hamilton.
Through
That's what
goes
you're going
Hamilton. Yeah, sorry. Michael Pocamandi in P8 is doing well. He's got a good gap to the cars ahead and behind him. And look at this, Patrick Swayze on this back off this
for. Train now as well, is he?
Train, making it a Cinco train. Don't know what you call it. Maybe
Quintuple.
quintuple. There we go. But
Look
Luke
at the
Wilson,
straight line speed
wow.
that Lexus has. Even against
Really
the McLaren, which is
defensive.
generally known as one of the faster cars.
He's going to be on the outside though for the next corner, so
Yeah, but
It's
Eric
gonna be
Papstal
tough.
manages to hang it around the outside of Luffield. Really brilliant defensive
Great
driving
racing
from Eric
there.
here. Although I think this time that Lexus is probably going to have the drive.
yeah.
Eric Papstal sets up early on the defensive line.
Side by side through cops. Did I make it through?
Lexus is
And
just
does it come
ridiculously
around
fast.
outside? No, he's still behind, but Emma Plate's coming in as well. Side by side with Luke Wilson. Three-way battle, and through goes Emma Plate, it looks like.
No, not quite, not
Luke Wilson's
quite.
still there. This is
Couldn't
really
quite get it
tight
done
and
through the
close
first
racing.
apex.
Daniel Mundusi is going to be right on the back of Emma Plate now.
Now through Chapel.
And just look
And
at
they
this
got a wall out.
lead. Look at this lead that Townsend and Bjorkman are getting here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're not, they're not fighting in any way, so this is all just free time for them, and that's what Matt Townsend needs. Because
Pietro
right now
Becchia
he's
has
right
made it
now
past
he
Kevin
is-
Pagri.
right now he is 6 seconds into his 10 seconds extra that he's going
Yeah.
to take at his pit stop. This is perfect
Brilliant.
for him.
And just look at this, Patrick Swayze on his debut in this race series, right on the back of the lead group, well, leading group. Michael Picamandi sitting very nicely in P8 at the moment. Good 3 seconds behind Patrick here, and 5 seconds ahead of Reese in the BMW. So Reese has got a little bit of a battle behind him brewing as well. Track temperature currently 27 degrees, so not too hot, but it's still pretty significant. It might mean that tyres might get a little bit warm throughout the race, but we'll see what happens. Pietro Becchia's got ahead of, well, did get ahead of Drew Downing in the Mustang. Hunter Davis has got past as well. Luke Wilson on the back of Eric Papstel, sorry, hiccups.
Yeah, and Luke Wilson has managed to open up that gap again to MO Plate as well, although I have a funny feeling that if him and Eric Papstel end up doing battle again, that gap is not going to stay over a second for very long.
But then you've also got to
With
think
Eric's
that
defensive driving.
you've got to think that Mundusi and Emma Plate fighting is going to slow them down as well. So in turn, you've got two separate battles here. They're just going to open up the
There
gaps.
could be a
each time.
move here from Luke Wilson. He thinks about going to the inside. Eric Papstel covers him off. keeps the position for now, but we've seen Luke Wilson strike from this range before into this chicane. This time it's not going to happen. Too far behind, keeps it parked, knows that Eric is more than capable of hanging it around the outside of that chicane. So tucks behind him for now. Is there going to be a move at T1? He is right on the back of Eric. Sorry, I say T1, I'm so used to...
T1, F1.
F1. Yes, the F1 turn 1, which is actually about turn 12 by the time you've gotten to this point of the circuit in the GT layout, I think. Yeah, and like I said, ammo plate is right back there again. All it took was for Eric to have to take a defensive line a couple of times, and he's back there. Luke Wilson is going to breeze past this McLaren in a straight line now.
There we go.
Eric Papstow not going to be left with much choice unless he can get really late on the brakes, which he can't, and that is a position gained for Luke Wilson, although Eric Papstow
can he hang
is
around the
giving
outside?
it a little bit of fight back. And he's going to have to watch out now for Emo Plate, who's on his inside.
Who gets through?
And Eric Papstow into the gravel a little bit. That could be Daniel Munduzzi trying to go past as well. Indeed it is. Eric Papstow goes from 3rd to 6th in, well, as many corners as positions he lost.
Yeah. Patrick Swayze looked like he dropped a little bit as well. Look at Daniel Munduzzi on MO Plate. That was a bit... And through he goes. Wow. Eric Papstow on the back as well. Ooh. This is hard. Well, this is really, really tough racing.
Really good racing.
Hunter Davis has made it past Till Kalmbach as well as Pietro Becchia. Oh, that's very, very wide for Kalmbach there. But we better go back to the lead fight. Zanet Manikor says, what cars are considered top of the meta lately? Depends on the track. I would say here, McLaren or Ferrari, I would guess.
I think it's difficult. I think, you know, I think especially with like your LFM BOP nowadays, it is it's real swings and roundabouts. It's far more dependent on the driver.
What's happened here?
Now,
Patrick Swayze slowing down.
Oh no!
Michael Pocomandi's got a car pass, and look there, Reece Andy. I can't say that. I butchered that. Sorry, Reece now.
I'm not sure what happened to Patrick Swayze. I'm going to have a little look on the replay, see if there was anything that went on. Oh, he had a spin out of the Vale chicane.
Yeah, easily done. Really easily done. But
managed to get going again, rejoined safely, and kept hustling.
Michael Pocomandi on his series debut here, P7. Incredible.
I would love to be able to look at this, but I can't move away from this replay that Race Control is showing me until it's done.
Yeah.
Which it now is. Wonderful. Back in the room.
And no plate. Gaps are slightly sort of spacing out now, so Eric Papstow's 1.2 seconds behind MO Plate now. But MO Plate is hustling on.
Last lap, in which, let's not forget, Luke Wilson had completely clean air, Matt Townsend was still half a second faster than him.
As
which
we've
is
just
really
got
important.
Pietro Becchia get past Hunter Davies, so the two, what you could say, I don't know, involved in something at the start, are making their way up. P12 and P13 currently.
They're making their way back up the order for sure.
Yeah. It's like it's going to be an interesting battle. Porsche versus Lamborghini. Two completely different and separate cars here. One really, really small engine, and then the big V10 of the Lamborghini. Doesn't look like he's going for a mover. Reece is still on the back of Patrick Swayze here. Not that close, but plenty of space. And it looks like we've got a disconnect, I believe. The 919 till Kalmbacher looks like they have disconnected. Not sure what's that is for.
What's caused that, yeah. going to be a battle now for the last of the top 10 positions. It's Christian Vutka has been looking at the rear wing of that Porsche for
quite a while.
for about 28 minutes, I think. So yeah, he's going to be looking to get past before too much longer. As I say that does mean that the not. Is it? No, 28 minutes. I'm completely wrong. It's been 18 minutes. An hour and a half long race, Ollie. Get your head in the game.
Pit window will be open in about 11 minutes.
In about 11 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're being really precise.
Yeah. This is a cool battle though. Kevin, Drew and Isgro. Into turn 1. They've got a couple of seconds between them, but Kevin's definitely chasing down on that Mustang and that Beamer.
Yeah, 4 tenths faster last lap for Kevin Packery.
Wow.
His best lap of the race. It was also the best lap of the race for Drew Downing in front of him.
Reece Aindu and Dow has just done his fastest as well.
Aindu again.
Aindu. I don't know.
He's going to kill you.
That's okay. And it does look like Night Last is about 20 seconds off the pace here, so he must have got involved in some sort of incident with. Yeah,
I reckon there's been a spin there for Night Last, or possibly an incident with Till. Let's look in the replay.
Oh! MO plate coming on Daniel Mundussi. Looks like Daniel Mundussi had a little bit of a mistake into the
Watching on Daniel Mundussi? Sorry, I'll shut up.
And Andrea Isco has got past Kevin Peckery. Looks like they might have been a little bit off Argy Bargy though. Ah yes, look. Through the chicane and just a slight tap through. That will have to be looked at after the race though.
No, Night Last was not anywhere near Till Kalmbacher.
Interesting.
When he disconnected. I'm just rewinding my my replay until before Kalmbacher disconnected, so that it.
Drew Downing fastest lap for him once again. Oh no, ignore me. Obviously they've not passed the line yet. Pietro Becchia 2:002717 coming through, so he's definitely making good progress at the moment. Looks like he's gapped Hunter Davis a little bit now. But this battle for P14, P15 and P16 is still on. It's going to be interesting what sort of strategies people decide to do. Obviously there's a 30-minute pit window opening in about 8 minutes time for fuel and tyres mandatory. Are you going to pit as soon as possible and fill up basically full and then run dry to the end of the race, or are you going to pit later on and then be as light as you can for the final stint, final 30 minutes sort of? Interesting to see what people will do. Rookie isn't managing to get past Jack Deluge in the Porsche. Neither is MO Plate in the Ferrari. But Eric Papstel is really suffering right now. I'm not sure if he's overworked his tyres maybe a little bit too much in the opening couple of minutes. I mean, he definitely worked them pretty well. But Matt Townsend currently has a 9-second gap to Luke Wilson, so he's pretty much got that covered. If he can keep with Luke Wilson in first place and second place, then he could be looking at for a win. But it's all going to depend on what the others do in terms of their strategies. If they can do an undercut, an overcut, take less fuel, take more fuel and ruin their pit stops, but be interesting. Christian Woodkey just did his fastest lap of 2:01.275. Did you manage to figure out what happened to night last or till? Daniel Monducci's closing it in on Luke Wilson as well here. Jacques Deluge and Christian Woodke going side by side through. Where is that? That's Stowe, isn't it? And through goes Christian Woodke. Wow, what a move around the outside there from Woodke. Patrick Swayze's closing on Michael Pocamandi. So he's recovered pretty well from his spin earlier. Grove's got ahead of Drew Downing here, and it's like Kevin Peckery might be wanting to do the same. Matt Townsend closing on Robert Bjorkman. Well, he was, but Townsend has got a 10-second gap to Luke Wilson now, so Luke Wilson is 10 seconds behind and out of reach from Townsend at the moment. But this is the battle we're going to look at for now.
Hello, I am back.
Hello, welcome back.
I am. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hop off in about 10 minutes' time.
No worries.
I have got a phone call coming from someone about a job, which I'm probably destined not to get. But oh well.
I feel that.
Brother, seriously, I've applied to every job in Bournemouth.
Ooh.
There is not a company in Bournemouth that hasn't had my CV through their door or website in the last 4 weeks.
I know exactly how that feels.
Even jobs that I don't know how to do. I've applied for literally everything.
I'm the same. And it's just no luck at all. And through goes Swayze, it looks like. Maybe.
Pretty much dead even at the moment. I think he is going to get him on the run, although the Ford Mustang is quick in a straight line. Oh, a little bit of hip and shoulder. Yeah, the Ford in a straight line able to get about half a car's length on Patrick, but it's not going to be enough, and I think, yeah, Patrick's got him.
Nice move there. Use your car.
What I was about to say is that Matt Townsend has got his gap.
Yeah.
11.7 seconds. Yeah, well, I wasn't here when you did,
Oh, yeah.
so I'm going to say it again.
Fair enough.
I've already done that though, so I won't say it again. That would be pointless. Tell you what, Daniel Monduzzi is doing a really, really good job of just sticking under the rear wing of Luke Wilson, keeping him honest at the moment.
Yeah, Monduzzi's not had the greatest of races in the past few. I mean, looking at the recent results that we've had, so Watkins Glen round 3, he finished P13, he qualified P4, and at Kailami he qualified P12, finished P16. So sorry, P19. Sorry. So he's not had the greatest of results, but this is proving to be sort of his redemption, you could call it. But you know, still a good result. Jack Deluge has dropped quite a few positions actually now. Jack Deluge is now behind Pietro Becchia. Looks like we've had a disconnect. Who have we lost now? Daniel Monduzzi.
Oh
We've
no!
lost Daniel Monduzzi.
Oh no, we were just saying. And another disconnect. I'll head into the replay. I would assume that it was just a random. disconnect because I didn't see the gap to Luke Wilson change massively before that happened.
That's really disappointing. That sucks. Hopefully he can get back in and at least complete the race and score some points.
No, Mondutsi, yeah, just returned to garage and out the session. Obviously, your car automatically spawns back to the garage when you leave the session anyway. So that wasn't him manually returning to garage and then leaving. It was the game doing it automatically. And the gap at the front is 0.4 of a second. Matt Townsend chasing now. Last lap, 5 tenths faster than Robert Bjorkman. I tell you what, I think Matt Townsend is going to be kicking himself a little bit that he lost those positions on the start.
Yeah.
Because with the pace that he's shown so far this race, he could have had a nice chunk of that 10-second deficit that he's going to lose on top of his pit time. He could have had a nice chunk of that ahead of the whole field, rather than having Robert Bjorkman in front of him. But Bjorkman got an incredible reaction to the lights.
And it looks like Daniel Mondussi is back in the server, albeit in the pits, but that's going to be unfortunate for him. Obviously going to be a lap down or so now, and I have to wait for that timer to finish.
Yeah, lost 1 lap already and is going to lose a second, possibly.
I've just seen Night Last is in the pits, but he's 30 seconds out from the pit window opening. This is going to be a mistake from Night Last here. But he does look like he's got quite a bit of damage on his car.
Is he thinking that because he's got the damage on the car, he's going to be serving a pit stop that's like 45, 50 seconds maybe? Is he thinking that when he drops off the jack, because it's going to be within the pit window, that it will count as a valid pit stop?
That's probably what he is thinking, but I'm sorry to say it,
if it does.
I don't think that will work, because
no,
you
I
have
don't
to come
think
in
it
when it's time. Let's see if anyone else comes into the pits. 97 is going to be the first one to come in the pits if he can. No, Patrick Swayze, does he come into the pits?
I tell you what, I will let you know when Night Last drops off the jacks if that little one in an orange box next to his name turns into a green box with no writing in it.
Is Reese going to come in the pits? Reese is coming in the pits. He's the first taker.
No, that's not counted towards his...
Oh, wait, and a big slide. Reese is lucky that the flags were covering him then, but that looks like he got a lot of damage there. As he just RTG'd.
Wait for Night Last to actually leave the pits. No, that has not worked for Night Last. That has not worked at all.
That's not great for him then.
So he's going to have to make another pit stop in the next 30 minutes, which is pretty much the last thing he would have wanted to do. And Reese Aindow has left the server.
I don't know if you saw that, but he came into the pits pretty hot, and then I think he hit the wall. So, not good for him. But Daniel Mondussi is back on track. As I said previously, he will be a couple of laps down, but he's still there, and if he can keep going with this pace, he might be able to make a few positions maybe, make back his time. Matt Townsend and Robert Bjorkman is the closest battle at the moment on track. 0.5 between them. And Matt Townsend is going to be really, really wanting to get past and get as big of a gap.
I don't think it was the damage that... I think the rear right suspension was possibly broken for Reese, but it was more so the fact that he crossed the pit limit line at about 130 kilometers an hour.
That would have
due
been
to the slide, so it would have been a drive-through or a stop-go 30.
Yeah. He just said in the chat, I was overheating in my rig. I forgot to take my hoodie off before the race started. Well, yeah. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt right now with a fan going, so, and I'm still sweating my arse off. So, yeah, I can only imagine that in the rig. Not gonna be fun. This battle is really heating up now.
Yeah, Night Last is back in the pit lane again.
Yeah.
Of his proper pit stop.
Is that 777 in the pits as well? That looks like 777's in the pits, so BMW in the pits for their pit stop. We'll see how this goes. Obviously this will be the first proper car to pit, and will therefore be the sort of benchmark for any other cars to come into pits. Pietro Becker is making his way up. He's just got past Christian Woodke, and Daniel Mondusi is wanting to make his way up through the order here. You can see him just on the back of Woodke, obviously a few laps down, but still there. No plate still there behind Luke Wilson, so Eric Papsdale's dropped a 10-second gap to the two cars in front, and Matt Townsend 0.5 behind now. It's like Andrea Isco coming out of the pits, and they blend ahead of him. I do love these action shots in this game, following the cars around. "15 seconds now to the good" is Matt Townsend, so he's got plenty of time to come in and pit. He can even add 5 seconds to his pit stop, you could say, but you know, with this sort of pace, he's really pushing on the doors off Robert Bjorkman. Now, obviously, the best lap for Robert Bjorkman is a 58.777, and Townsend's best lap is at 58.782. So, really close there. Matt Townsend did a 59.6 last lap, and Robert did a 59.7. So Townsend is considerably faster at the moment. What can he do though?
Right then, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'm not sure how long this phone call will be, but I probably won't be back on. But yeah, been a good race so far. I will be watching in the background with the volume turned off whilst I'm on this phone call to see if Matt Townsend can get this wrapped up ahead of Robert Bjorkman.
Drew Downing is in the pits as well now, serving his pit stop.
Have a good one.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. I'm going to join Mr. Eric Papsdale, see what he's going to say about what's happened. Luke Wilson is in the pits. Luke Wilson is pitting. That's pretty early for Luke, really. He normally pits later on in the races. Tries to go as long as he can, really, but he's decided to pit this time. And see if that can help him out with strategy. Maybe do the undercut. But we'll go see what Eric Papsdale is doing. Eric!
Hello.
How are you doing?
Shit.
Oh, not good.
I have lost all confidence in the car, and I'm slow.
Oh no. Well, you weren't slow earlier, so that's definitely not a main thing. But
Yes.
you were pretty speedy earlier on, but is it the tyres? Is it the setup? Is it...
Most likely, I think it's the setup. I'm having a lot of struggle on the entry. It's one oversteer everywhere.
That makes sense, but yeah, that's not ideal, is it? Are you...
No.
What's your strategy plan, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer, but obviously be good to...
Are you doing an interview midstream right now?
Yeah, I am. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was not expecting it though. I don't have a strat.
You don't. So do you
No.
know if you're going to pit early, or are you going to pit sort of to the end of your window? You're already 10 minutes ish into the window.
Yeah.
How much fuel have you got? How long can you physically go?
I can go above the pit window.
So you're probably going to pit right at the end then?
Yeah.
And see if that can help you. Oh, big slide for you there.
Yes. the car is undrivable.
Well, it's definitely drivable.
Yeah, I'm fighting it. I'm not driving the car at this point, I'm fighting it.
The car is driving you, yeah.
Yeah. It's... I have no idea at this point where I'm going to pit. I'll go by feel.
Yeah.
If I need to, I'll just pit early. If I feel like I can continue, I'll just pit late. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strat.
Fair enough. What's your sort of hopes and expectations of where you're going to finish? Obviously, you had really good pace at the start. You still got some good pace, and hopefully, you know, doing a pit stop and getting new fresh set of tyres. Do you think that will help you, and you'll be able to claw back some of the time you've lost?
Possibly, it might help me out a bit, but in this case, I don't think fresh set of tires would help me out enough as well, because as you saw in the first part of the race, my tires did not last long.
Yeah.
It seems so, because I was starting to have oversteer problems quite a lot on entry after that. So I'm not exactly sure. But right now my goal is to make it to the finish at this point.
Yeah. And
because
you're currently P4. You've obviously had Luke Wilson already pit. He's currently in P11. So
yeah,
he was ahead of you. Do you think you'll be able to finish P5 maybe? Or do you think you'll be able to do some sort of...
P5 seems possible.
Yeah.
Above that, a massive question mark at this point.
Fair enough. Well,
because
you've got plenty of time left. You've still got over half the race to go. So anything can happen. Obviously, we've had quite a few disconnects already and a few incidents with some people. So anything could happen. But yeah, good running for you from your debut here.
I wouldn't say so.
Well,
I wouldn't say this is a great debut.
A good running.
It could be better. I would not put this as good. I'm not showing my best here.
I mean, if it was me, it would be amazing.
I'm too competitive to say this is good.
Yeah.
I'm not showing my best, so this is bad for me.
That's fair. Anyway, we'll leave you be for a bit. Hopefully things improve and you get your mojo back, you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun to watch you with all the racing with Emo, Mundusi and Luke earlier on. So hopefully
the first few laps are fun.
Anyway, thank you for talking to us. Obviously not consented.
Yeah, I had no warning about this. Oh shit.
What? Yeah. But anyway, have a good rest of your race and enjoy it, if not anything.
Yeah. Thank you. Good luck.
So that was Eric Pepsell in the car you were looking at that moment, the number 97 McLaren 720 SGT3 Evo. We've also had Patrick Swayze in the pits, who also has a stock code 30, so that would have been for speeding in the pits. 85's in the pits. Matt Townsend is in the pits. This is going to be vital for his race. If he can get that 10 seconds penalty served before Luke Wilson comes to him, then that will be amazing for him. Eric Pepstel moves up to third. Emma Play into second at the moment. Obviously these guys have not pitted, neither has Robert Bjorkman. He's leading out there with an 18-second gap. Matt Townsend currently 6th now. Christian Woodkay is going to come past, make that 7th for Matt Townsend. Jack Deluge and Hunter Davis come through. So Matt Townsend is going to drop. And he's moving. He's moving. And Luke Wilson is just at the last corner. So he's done a no-brainer. So Matt Townsend, the gap currently is 6.4 seconds. Obviously that was across the line pretty much, but we'll hope that he can make some more time, I guess. But this will be interesting if Luke Wilson can make any time. Obviously he did quite an early pit stop, and then Matt Townsend in the middle of the race. Who have we got to take a pit stop now? Robert Bjorkman comes into the pits as we speak. Be important for him not to speed in the pits. And he hits the marks and is going. Iskro has already pitted. Emo Plate hasn't pitted yet, and he's still going out, so he'll be leading the race again for this time. Patrick Swayze's come in to serve his stop and go penalty. Obviously Night Last had that early pit stop just before the pit window opened. Had to pit again, so he's not doing too well there. Number 97, Eric Papstel, is now coming into the pits. Can he hit his marks? Yes, he can. That looks good. So a lot of people coming into the pits now. Michael Pocamandi, as we speak, is going to come into the pits as well. Pietro Becchia continues. So Becchia is making a recovery drive off the century here, really. Doing quite well in the first stint, but obviously getting taken out at the start. So he'll move up to 2nd overall. Robert Bjorkman is now out of the pits. And he's got Christian Woodgate full company there. Where does he come out in relation to Matt Townsend and Luke Wilson? So Matt Townsend is going through Maggots and Beckett's now. So he's got an about 8-9 second gap to Matt Townsend, but obviously that will fluctuate throughout the rest of the race. But it is Robert Bjorkman, Matt Townsend, Luke Wilson, your top 3, technically. Michael Pocamandi is now coming out of the pits. Eric Papstel's got a stop-go 30. So we were just speaking to him recently, and he said that he'll hope for a P5. But now if this stop goes, so it looked like he was fine on the entrance, but maybe the exit, he sped out of the exit, and that would have given him a stop-go. Hunter Davis currently P5 in the Barbie Bentley. What a beautiful livery that is. He'll be hoping for an improvement there as well. But these are all current positions. So Robert Bjorkman's P3. Matt Townsend's got ahead of Jack Deluge. That is key for Matt Townsend's race. Obviously, Emo Plate, Pietro Becchia, Christian Woodgate, Hunter Davis, Jack Deluge, Kevin Pakiri, and that's it. They need to pit. That's your gap there. You can see the Lexus of Luke Wilson in the background. And can you see the Aston Martin from looking at Robert Bjorkman? Pietro Becchia has come into the pits as well as Christian Woodgate. Jack Deluge also comes in with 12 minutes off the pit window remaining. So a lot of people taking the pick now. Papstel's going to have to serve that penalty very, very soon though. Let's see where Matt Townsend is. There he is in the background, just behind the Bentley, and Luke Wilson just behind him. And it looks like Jack Deluge and Christian Woodgate have changed places in the pits, but obviously that's because they're pit positions. Pietro Becchia is going. Where does that come out for him? Christian Woodcase come out as well. Jack Deluge and Eric Papsdale still in the pits. So Eric Papsdale's serving his stop and go penalty. He'll be punching himself for that after such well, he would say not, but a really good effort from him at the start. Emo Plate is in the pits from P1. Luke Wilson is catching Matt Townsend. Matt Townsend's wanting to get past Hunter Davis pretty soon. Hunter Davis still needs to pit. When will that be for him? Patrick Swayze has overtaken Eric Papsdale. And that's for position. So Matt Townsend's going to be wanting Hunter Davis to get out of the way, but he doesn't need to because, well, he's just done it. There we go. Robert Bjorkman back up into the lead. Hunter Davis currently P3 with Matt Townsend in P2, and Luke Wilson will be coming across the line very, very soon as well. You can see him in the background. And it looks like Emo Plate's got behind Luke Wilson, so this has worked very, very well for Luke Wilson, but he's still got that pressure from behind in Emo Plate in the Ferrari. And Luke Wilson's all over the place, all over the grass and kicking up dust all over the place here. Kevin Packery is in the pits now. Looks like Eric Papsdale has decided to disconnect. Sucks for him after doing such an amazing job in the first stint and then just getting an incident, not an incident even, a mistake in the pits. It does look like Eric Papsdale was disconnected, so it looks like a server issue. We've been having a few issues with these servers at Toga recently, where it's been disconnecting, but this is not great. So we lost quite a few people so far. We lost Papsdale, we lost Mondusi earlier. And then obviously Till Kalmbaka. Mondusi returned and is still last, but only one lap down. Not too bad. Gap from Luke Wilson to Matt Townsend is about 6 seconds now. Look at him, you can see Hunter Davis ahead. You can see Emo Plate in the rear mirror there. Eric's just said on the YouTube channel, GG was fun while it lasted. Yeah, it was good having you, Eric, and hopefully you can return next week for Zolder, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better for you. Actually a much tighter and different circuit to what we got here today. Look at that MO Plate right on the back of Luke Wilson. Ah, so you wanted to switch your camera, managed to switch gears instead, and you got done for speeding. Yeah, easily done. I've done that multiple times, but yeah, not ideal at all in the slightest. Luke Wilson catching on Hunter Davis here rapidly. Hunter Davis has decided to pit, so I believe he is the last one to pit, if I'm not mistaken. So a really good result for him here. Pietro Becchia, obviously I mentioned earlier, missing out a lot, but he's right on the back of Michael Pocomandy at the moment. All going for a move, but got cut off there. Yeah, stupid mistakes cost a lot, absolutely. It's about managing those mistakes, so, and obviously this race isn't really long enough for you to make up the time you lose. Obviously in a 24-hour race or a 12-hour or a 10-hour or a 6-hour, you might have the time to make up time from that loss, but you know, in a 90-minute sort of sprint race, you could call it, it's not really that possible. We see Pietro Becchia going side by side with Michael Pocomandy into Magus and Beckett. Will he get through? Yes, he will get through. Michael really, really cautious there, but he's still there, and that Mustang's got the grunt. It's got negative ballast here, as well as the Hunter Davis Bentley, Barbie Bentley that is. Minus 40 kilos for him there, so really good for him. Luke Wilson and Mo Plate are battling out, as these guys are also battling out, but I'm going to go over to this fight here. Gap from Luke Wilson to Townsend is 9 seconds, and gap from Bjorkman to Townsend is 11 seconds. Eric's just said, I'll have to try my redemption next week and hopefully more practice this time. Yeah, absolutely. I know you joined pretty much within a few hours of the race happening, so not that much time, but hopefully next time you'll have enough practice to be at the front and be in this fight right now. That would be awesome to have. Pit window is open for another 4 minutes 50 seconds, but I don't think anyone's going to be needing to take that. If they are going to be taking that, I think that's too late, really. But we'll see. .101 Night Last is stopped on track at Club and Vale, just been passed by Robert Bjorkman in the McLaren. It seems like Night Last isn't having the greatest race. Maybe he's had a little bit of lack of practice, perhaps, is what I can suggest. Thank you all for joining us today, if you are joining us. It's great to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the action we've got on tonight as well. It's been an exciting race so far. Pretty clean as well. If you are watching, please remember to like the video. Go watch all of our other live streams as well. We've got them all up on our channel on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe as well. We've just hit 70 subscribers, I believe, which is absolutely fantastic to see. So thank you very much to all of you for subscribing and all of that jazz. back at this battle between Emma Plate and Luke Wilson at the moment. Hunter Davis right on the back of Andrea Iskra at the moment. Andrea's had a really good race out so far. Obviously got involved in the first little incident, but has continued and really doing well. Hunter Davis is going to get past it, looks like, though. And slots himself ahead on the inside. Jacques Deluge ahead as well, so he'll be sure to be catching them. Go back to MO Plate, though, with Luke Wilson. Got some lap traffic there, so making their way out around, and back markers being careful and cautious and staying out of causing issues, you could say. But this battle is still very, very interesting and certainly going to be ending with the final position on the podium. But do you want to be on the podium? If you're on the podium, you get success ballast. If you're first, you get 15. Second, you get 10 kilos. And third, you get 5 kilos. So that 5 kilos could be anything. But what's important here is that MO Plate in fourth place currently won the race at Kailami, has an extra 15 kilos of ballast. So he's currently the heaviest car with 31 kilos on his car, but still challenging Luke Wilson with just no ballast. So that's really interesting and going to be interesting to see what happens throughout the rest of the race as well. Hunter Davis has got ahead of Patrick Swayze as well, so not sure what that was about. Christian Wicke on the back of Michael Pocamandi. Michael Pocamandi is going to be wanting to keep this position, but if he can, he'll do it, but probably not. Robert Bjorkman starts the 30th lap of this race in the lead, a good 11 seconds ahead of Matt Townsend at the moment, so it's going to be, you know, about 22-24 seconds between the top three. But look at this, MO Plate on the back of Luke Wilson. Closest battle at the moment. Certainly going to be one to watch throughout the remainder of the race as well. These scenes are absolutely beautiful with the sun setting in the background, just making the light look so pretty. And they're going to go side by side. No, that's just me deceiving myself. 3 Maggots and Beckett's here. Looks like Kevin Packery is in the pits. I'm not sure what that is about. Did he have a disconnect as well? Perhaps, but I'm not sure what that's about. Hunter Davis on the back of Deluge at the moment. Two Americans fight for position. Jacques Deluge in the Porsche, the very, very small Porsche. And Hunter Davis in the very, 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 very big Bentley. The Barbie Bentley. Lights ablaze. But this is the battle of the Americans at the moment. Oh, and a big send from Hunter there. Is he going to get past? No, he's not. He's going to go for it again. Into the chicane. No, he stays right behind. He's just going to prepare himself. maybe try and do some moves and try and put off Jack Deluge. This is going to be really good points positions for both of these cars, actually. Patrick Swayze on the back of Andre Isgro as well. Christian Woodke on the back of Michael Pocomandi still. Night Last has made a position with Kevin Packery in the pits. I'm not sure what that is about, but we'll find out sooner rather than later. MO plate still there. Daniel Mundusi is making positions as well. He's just gone past Kevin Packery. He's only 11 seconds to Night Last. So from going disconnected to where he is now, and it looks like Christian Woodke's got past Michael Pocomandi. I'm not sure if anything happened there. Let's have a quick replay. So clearly behind the Ford Mustang here, down the hangar straight. Oh, and a slight little moment for Michael Pocomandi there. That left him the space for Christian to go straight ahead of him. But this battle is still going on. Looks like Hunter's having a little bit of issues with the tyres, maybe through Maggots and Beckett's. Got to be careful as well, because Andrea Isgro and Patrick Swayze is right there. You can see, well, you could have just seen them. There, just right behind them. And I play now, still behind Luke Wilson. Matt Townsend is catching up on Robert Bjorkman just a bit. 10 seconds currently to the good is Robert Bjorkman. So if you think about it, Matt Townsend will be fighting for the lead at this point if he didn't have that 10-second time penalty for BWP accumulation. Patrick Swayze's got past Andrea Isgro. Just going to have a look if anything happened. For them to get past. No, it just looks like a normal pass, so nothing bad happened. Currently got Hunter Davis right on the back of Jack Deluge still. Going to the live view in 1 second. There we go. Right on the back there. But yeah, Luke Wilson 15 seconds behind Matt Townsend, so definitely not the greatest track for the Lexus. Can Matt Townsend make any more moves and make a position gain? 23 minutes left, 10 seconds, it's possible. It'll be a lot, but you know, it's possible. How many laps is that? That's 12 laps including this current lap, so what is that? 10 seconds in 12 laps. So it's going to have to be 8/10 every lap, which is not the gap currently. And this battle between Hunter and Deluge is absolutely incredible. Can he get it around the outside? Is he going to leave enough space? He wasn't ahead that time. But look at that. Barbie Bentley just thunder through the Hamilton straight. MO plate, Daniel Mundusi, Night Last in the pit. Maybe he's got some damage. So Daniel Mundusi, 13th now. 6 seconds to the next car ahead, which is Drew Downing, but he's a lap ahead, so yeah. MO plate and Luke Wilson are right together as well. See if anything can happen here. Going to Helicam. Big defense moves from Luke Wilson here into Vale. Club onto the Hamilton Straight. Oh, a big slide there for Luke Wilson in the Lexus, but he's still got it. Just gonna go watch this battle as well. And look, we're going to get a move around the outside on Stowe here, actually. Yep, there we go. There's the move. Can he keep it? Patrick Swayze's closing in as well. And Jack Deluge went for a move there, but kind of underestimated himself there. So Hunter Davis makes a position up. Luke Wilson and MO Plate still together tightly. Luke Wilson is everywhere on the track, making use of every single centimetre off track and circuit he can. But look, this is going to be a move. Is it going to be a move around the outside? Nope. Is it going to be a move on the inside? Maybe. Into the chicane. There you go. MO Plate looks like he's got the outside, but Luke Wilson defending on the inside doesn't allow MO Plate to get ahead. So a really good defence move there from Luke Wilson. Patrick Swayze is right on the back of Jack Deluge now as well. 19 minutes to go. So it looks like Kevin Packery is back on track as well. Night Last is also back out on track. Daniel Mundusi catching up to Drew Downing consistently. But this main battle is absolutely fantastic at the moment. I'm really enjoying watching this and commentating on this. If you are interested in joining us in any of these races, we'll be glad to have you. Please head over to our Discord. I'll put the Discord link in the chat in just one moment. So feel free to join us on Discord. We've got a SimGrid page as well, and you can sign up for any of our races through that. We run races not every week, but we have a calendar that we set out each season and a handful of races. This season we've got 8. We're currently on round 5. We've got Zolder next weekend, Red Bull Ring the weekend after, and then on the 1st of September we've got the finale at Spa-Francorchamps. We're hoping to start doing some sort of mini endurance races in the future as well. They won't be part of a full championship, if that makes sense, but sort of their own standalone races. But look at this battling going on. Come join us and get in on this action. This is really fantastic. Oh, this is going to be a move. Oh, can he do it? No, he can't. That was really, really close there. Hunter Davis is in the pit lane for a drive-through. That would, I guess, be for track limits. This track, as I said earlier on, would be very, very, very difficult for track limits. So, you know, this is not surprising that we've got a track limit penalty already. 444 has binned it in the wall. No, Mikey, no. What's happened here? Let's have a look. So, going through the start-finish straight into Cops. Gets a little bit throttle happy, it looks like, and into the wall. Not good. Michael Pocomandy has returned to the garage. That's not a great sign for him. Meanwhile, Emo Plate and Luke Wilson are still battling out. Hopefully Michael Pocomandi can return out onto the track. 16 minutes remaining, still plenty of points to get awarded. Best of the Mustangs currently, but you know, Drew Downing is a lap behind him. Hopefully Michael can get back out there and back on track to be the leading Mustang. He had such a good result earlier on, and it looks like he's lost that now. Michael, what happened?
Puncture.
Puncture?
Puncture.
Wow. That's not what I expected.
Yeah, I already had some tire pressure loss in the rear right tire, and going through cops it just popped and lost control over the car, and yeah, over.
That's such a shame, obviously leading the race for the Mustang.
Yeah. Oh, I need to say the first stint from my side was absolutely amazing, and for the second stint my tire pressures did reset, and this was a massive issue. I was a second slower a lap. Yeah.
That sucks.
And going through cops I had tire pressure loss, and now a few laps later, sadly, a puncture.
That's not a way to end it, but you still get points. Not sure how many points you'll get. Obviously, there's still 15 minutes left, so I don't think you'll probably get points for 16th, which is still pretty decent.
Yeah.
150 points, I think it is, which is pretty good. Obviously, you won't be fighting for the championship with that, but you'll still put yourself into, I think you'll put yourself into about 31st, maybe.
That's something. Well, I don't really care about the championship because I haven't done the first 4 races, because I was either stewarding or not even here, and I'm just going race after race, looking how good I'm driving and how competitive I am, and I already had a good feeling about Silverstone, even though I didn't have much practice. I came home from Croatia vacation yesterday evening and did some practice today, and it just all felt really good, and then sadly a second stint just wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be, absolutely. I mean, you did pretty well in qualifying. I'm just going to look here. Oh, not the replay. Return to garage. In qualifying, you qualified P12, which is not too bad, and then you've been, up and down in the race, doing a really good result.
Yeah, in the qualification I was about 5/10 up, and then I just lost it through the left-hander before the straight and gone wide. I had some struggles with the slow left-handers in the second sector.
In
Village, I believe it's called.
Village Loop.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with the left-handers. Yeah,
Yeah.
but otherwise the Mustang was great. I mean, on the straight it's just an absolute machine, and I did have some really nice fights. I even clashed with Becker into Stowe corner, it was.
Right.
I lost the rear bit, and then we hit each other a bit.
Oh
But
yeah, I can see that on the sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I've just looked at the sheet. Only 7 incidents.
Yeah,
So-
the race was very clean. What I saw.
I mean, obviously, I saw a big incident on the first lap with a couple of cars involved.
Yeah, I was nearly involved with it as well.
But you got right through, didn't you?
Well, I saw that somebody dived it down the inside of me and tapped the back of the BMW, I believe it was,
Yeah.
and that just went straight on over the massive runoff there is at the cops turn, and yeah, just continued on with my race and just gradually making up places. I had 1 off-track warning only,
That's not too bad.
which is a very good sign that I don't push over the limit as much.
Absolutely.
Which
I
is
mean,
good.
we've already seen one drive-through come through for. Sorry, we've already seen a drive-through for Hunter Davis come through, so he's the only one with a drive-through so far. We've had a few for speeding
Pit lane
in
speed.
pits, but none for track limits yet. So people are doing quite well to manage this. It would be interesting to see how many track limit warnings Bjorkman has, or Townsend, or Luke, or Emo Plate. Obviously, these guys are battling through hell really here at the moment. I mean, they've been they pitted, I think, 5 laps or so apart, yet they still came out within a second of each other, and it's absolutely insane. I think, obviously the battling that Mo is doing is sort of delaying them both, but also Luke's having to be defensive in quite a lot of areas, which is slowing him down. So the gap from Robert to Matt is 10 seconds, and then Townsend to Luke is 20. So Luke's sort of done it. And if you think about it, if Matt Townsend didn't have that 10-second time penalty, where will he be? Probably leading the race, or on the back of Bjorkman now. But obviously it's been a pretty clean race in the grand scheme of things. I don't think either of the leaders have been involved in any instance at all so far. On the sheet it looks like there hasn't. Obviously we'll have to look at their pit entry and pit exit and anything like that if anything happens in the last 10 minutes. But it's been a really enjoyable race, and the gaps have been really, really tight actually. I mean, the first 20 minutes was really hectic. We've currently got Hunter Davis on the back of Andrea Isgro after serving that drive-through penalty. So Barbie Bentley is trying to make its position up. Currently P10, that will do good points for him. Returning to the championship in a different machine. So what would that be? 10th would get him to 10. He's just made 9th position, so 220 points. That should put him around about 25th-ish. He was 28th last time with 200, so he'll be 26th, I think he'll be. So not too bad, but room for improvement, and hopefully.
Yeah.
Will you be attending next weekend at Zolder as well?
It will be pretty spontaneous, like this week's race.
And
it's planned, but I don't.
Do you think you'll do better at Zolder? Do you think you'll need to do a little bit more practice? Do you think you'd struggle with the track, especially with your car?
I think Zolder is a track where I'm actually pretty alright. We drove it once in GT4 together, and had 2 races there. In the first one I crashed out, but the second one was really good. But with the Mustang at Zolder, I believe I'm going to be struggling a lot, as there aren't that many long straights and there are a lot of tight corners, which doesn't suit the Mustang.
Well, there are quite a few long straights. It's just they are really interrupted by sharp, tight, slow chicanes.
Exactly.
T1 is pretty slow after a long spell. Then you've got obviously the main straight down the back into the chicane, which is slow, and then you've got another chicane, and this battle here is really, really going on now. Emma Plate's looking for a room, but he can't get past. Luke Wilson's really, really placing his car very, very well at the moment.
I've raced with Luke in a series together, like a series and endurance event. He's a great driver. Also a great colleague. Had a lot of fun with him. Just very nice lad.
Yeah, definitely. And he's definitely not slow, for sure. That's one thing you can take from this, is that he's not slow and he will give you a fight for your money.
I feel like
really
we've got a really, really competitive field at the top, and then there's a pretty big gap with a pretty tight midfield.
I mean, that's the thing. There's not really anyone who's not in a battle, you know? Obviously, the people who aren't in a battle at the back, they're there because they've had issues with pits or damage or issues like that, or disconnects. But apart from that, the battles have been insane. I mean, we've seen, like, you were battling with Woodkay for quite a while, and Patrick as well, you know, Jack Deluge, Hunter Davis, etc., and all of that. It's just really good to see so many tight battles, and you know, no one's really sort of missing from the battles. Everyone's in their zone, and they're in a battle.
Yeah, the thing with me and Utke was, I was trying to gain some more time, put the TC down by 1, and the car just went away in the corner, sadly, because of the wrong tire pressures, and then I let Utke go through easily.
And just
in the end,
this.
it didn't.
I'm going to put my stream up just so you can see it. See what I'm watching.
Yeah, but in the end it didn't really matter, as punctures got me into the wall. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to the other races, Red Bull Ring and Spa.
I was going to say Red Bull Ring's your home race, so you'll be really hoping to do well. And then obviously Spa's just such an insane track, and obviously you made your debut in our league at Spa. Shall I remind them of what happened?
They are able to see it every single time in
every
the
single
intro.
stream. Yes, in the intro, in the stream, you can see what happened to Michael on his first race here. But yeah, you've obviously decided to switch up from Ferrari to Mustang, which you're pretty. I think after today, a good decision. A really, obviously you've not had much time to practice, but it's been a good decision in the fact that you've been able to sort of rank every single bit of performance you can out of the car.
Yeah, it was my second ever race with the Mustang, believe it or not. First one was a race at Suzuka, which was 2 hours, I believe, or something like that. This was the second race, and in both races I felt really good. Meanwhile with the Ferrari I wasn't.
Sort of gelling.
But before the Mustang got announced, I was actually going to drive a Lamborghini.
And you know who'll be really happy to hear that? Marvin. Marvin, if you're watching, I don't know if you are watching. I know you said you'll pop in at one point, but if you are watching, sad you can't be here today, but hopefully next weekend you'll be on track, and hopefully we can see another beautiful Lamborghini V10 on track. But it's really a good range of cars. I mean, in this you've got 4 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, you've got 1 Aston, 1 Lexus, 1 Audi, 1 Lambo, 1 Porsche, 1 Bentley, 1 Mustang, 1 BMW, and obviously we had a few Beamers earlier and a few Fords earlier, as well as a couple more Ferraris, I believe. But other than that, and McLarens obviously, but other than that, it's a really good spread of different manufacturers. So the manufacturer standings after this race are going to be insane. I think McLaren will still be winning. Aston Martin will be hoping for a better result next time and for more people to turn up. Obviously 1 Porsche, so Porsche will still. I think the order might stay the same. Yeah, I think the order might stay the same for the rest of after this result, but it's really good to see big range of manufacturers, and obviously the LFM BOP that we are using is really helpful into sort of making an even playing field for all of the manufacturers to battle together. And then obviously, you know, the success ballast that we put onto cars is just really helping in terms of bringing down the sort of alien paces all the time. But this battle is going to be going on right till the end. Got 2.5 minutes left off this race, so
I think Luke's gonna do it. I think his defending was great until now. I think he's going to keep it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes I just feel like these guys are just on rails.
Absolutely.
Not making a single mistake. describing every inch of the racetrack perfectly.
And as you can see, Emma Plate keeps on going for a move there, but he can't get it done. So it's going to be Emma Plate needs to make a move at another place, or try and dummy Luke out of the position. Not that I want it to happen, but you know, just for racing purposes, it's going to be interesting to see what Luke can do in return, sort of. But I think at this point, Emma Plate sort of tried the same move a couple more times. And he needs to sort of settle back. He's got one more lap after this to make this move into the third place, and then hopefully good from there. But obviously,
The leader is on the final lap. Give it a
Robert
final
Bjorkman is on the final lap now, so there will be one more lap after this. Emma Plate will be sort of happy that he doesn't have any ballast after this race. Success ballast. Obviously, he had 15 from previous race, winning it from penalties, of course. But after this one, he'll just have normal standard LFM BOP at Zolder. While
The
Luke
thing
Wilson,
is,
with the Lexus, I don't think the Lexus has any BOP at any of the tracks because there's not enough data for it. So the Lexus is going to be a little bit heavier, maybe.
yeah, I don't think Plate is gonna care about if he has best or not. He wants the position,
Yeah.
I believe. And for the Lexus, yeah, it's. I mean, Zoda is probably for the Lexus a difficult place as well. If
Yeah.
he's got 5 kilos more or less, I don't think it won't matter that much in the end. I think where the Lexus will shine again is at Red Bull Ring in Spa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
And
like
I think
the
what's also
Mustang.
interesting is obviously Hunter Davis in the Bentley with minus 40 kg of ballast there in BOP. I mean, I would have thought he would have been higher. Obviously, he's had a drive-through, so the position he's finishing in isn't really relative. Obviously, without that drive-through, he would have probably been, 6th, 7th.
Yeah,
as we
and I
talked
think
about
he
this, we've
also
got
had an
Patrick
incident at
Swayze
the
has
start.
just been
Oh.
has just overtaken Christian Woodke. So that's a final lap battle going on here as well. Patrick Swayze making his debut in our series tonight, and the two Germans here actually battling out in different cars. Bit of like flash from Christian Woodke, but we're going to head back to Emma Plate, see if he can make a move on this final lap. We'll go back to Robert Bjorkman. He's going to take the finish. 45 laps of Silverstone completed,
Has finished the race.
and Robert Bjorkman is going to be leading the championship comfortably this time. Matt Townsend is going to come across the line to finish P2. Great result from him. Jack Deluge, Hunter Davis, Knight last, and Kevin Packery have also crossed the line. We've got Andrea Isgro coming across the line now in that BMW. Not the greatest race for him, but still not too bad. And here we come. Luke Wilson and Emma Plate across the line for the third and final podium position. Goes to Luke Wilson. What a great result from Luke Wilson there. And
A great
such
recovery from him.
Such a great result there for Emma Plate. And we're going to get some donuts from Luke Wilson here, of course. Daniel Monducci, it would have been interesting to see where he would have been without that disconnect. But P12 on the books is not bad, and there he comes lining up against his FNR teammate. Pietro Becchia is going to come across the line as well very soon. Another FNR team, and I'm sure they're going to try and do a photo finish. Well, not photo finish, but a
Formation
lineup,
finish.
Formation finish. And let's see what they do here. Oh no, it looks like
the
they're already
other
gone.
two.
They're already gone. Oh no, there they are. Here they are.
Couldn't wait anymore.
And look at that. That's going to be a great picture for the FNR boys. Definitely going to get some pictures from this for them. for
Great
sure.
recovery from Becchia as well.
Great recovery from
Had
all
a-
of them, really. Patrick Swayze and Drew Downing and Christian Woodke are going to come across the line now. Christian Woodke, the final person to get across the line. What a result there for Robert Bjorkman, Matt Townsend, and all the others. Now, I've put us on to the poster now, as it is the end of the race. Congratulations to all of the boys. You know what I did not do? I didn't save the start replay. So, if you did you?
No,
Oh no.
I was in the race.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's not going to be good. So, if you are watching and you did participate in the race, please, if you have the first 10 laps, send them to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, if there is anyone who is interested in an interview, please join. But congratulations to Robert Bjorkman on the win. Congratulations. Luke Wilson said, OMG, that was insane. Had to defend like an animal. Yes, you did. Absolutely incredible battling from you there. Really good to see and really really exciting battling going on.
Alright, I will leave you to the rest of it. Was a great race, and I'll see you for the next one, very likely.
Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.
No problem. Bye bye.
Bye bye. But yeah, so great result there for Robert Bjorkman, Matt Townsend, and Luke Wilson taking the final spot off the grid. If there is any drivers who are interested in joining for a quick post-race interview, please feel free to join the voice channel and I'll drag you in. But other than that, if not, we'll head off for the night and wish you well, and we will see you next weekend for the 6th round of the championship. Just bear with me 1 minute, I'm just responding to a message. Plus 1 rep to the 71, absolutely. What a great result for him. I mean, it was really, really exciting battle. Luke, do you want to join for an interview? Hunter's there. Hunter's here. Hello, Hunter.
What up?
Hello, hello. How are you doing? Obviously not a great race ending for you, I guess.
It was looking to be a good race until I got myself a drive-through.
Yeah, I was really... I felt for that. I thought there would be a lot more sort of drive-throughs coming through for that sort of stuff, but not as many as I expected, really. But other than that, I think you made the most of what you did, of what you could. It was exciting to watch. But
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, obviously that Barbie Bentley was pretty good sight to see, but
especially at one point it was in third. Granted, I hadn't pitted yet, but it was still in third.
Third's, that's all it matters. Luke's just said, have been there and not to lose your cool requires a very mature drivers. So yeah, I mean, Luke's just said also that he was on his third warning for the final 30 minutes. So, Michael mentioned earlier that they must be on the rails the whole time, and for you to get your drive through at when you did, what was it, about 30 minutes remaining or something like that?
Obviously it was it was about 30 minutes that I got the third track warning, and then I want to say it might have been like the next lap that I got it.
Always. It's just about maintaining that sort of consistency, and this track is pretty difficult for track limits. Obviously, you got turn 1 exit and Maggots Beckett's.
Definitely.
And all of that, but it's such a difficult track. I did expect a little bit more drive-throughs, really, if I'm honest. But for there to be one, that's pretty good. Just happened to be you. But how did you find your quali and obviously your race then?
Quali, I think, was probably as best as I probably could have gotten with the limited amount of time that I actually spent in the Bentley for Silverstone.
Sure.
And funny enough, I can't confirm it, but I think I started the race on my quali set on accident.
Yes, that would do it, and that would really affect you right up until you sort of change tyres. And obviously, Michael mentioned earlier, I did notice that the track temperature was dropping. I think it dropped about 3 or 4 degrees throughout the race. And obviously, if you've not got the right sort of pressures for your starting temperature, you can't really adjust them. Obviously, I think normally when I'm racing, I work on the fact that 1 degree centigrade is 1 click on your tires.
Yeah.
So obviously, if your tires are perfect for the start, then you can really easily work them out for your pit stop. But if you don't know that, or they're reset or something like that, then yeah, it can really mess with your strategy. But it was a fun race to watch, and obviously the lead battle was really interesting. So did you do better than you expected, or?
If I hadn't got the drive-through, definitely.
Yeah.
I think if at the end, if I had a couple more laps, I could have gotten. I think it was P8.
Yeah.
Because I think after I got the drive-through, I was catching P8. I mean, obviously I was still in P10, but I was catching P8 around, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap.
Sure.
And by the end, I think once I got into P9, I was about 10 to 12 seconds behind him with I'm not sure how much time left. And then by the end of the race, I think I was about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So will you be present at Zolder next weekend?
Next weekend? Possibly. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I possibly will.
And do you think that the Bentley will suit the track, or do you think it's not going to be a track for the Bentley and you'll probably struggle a little bit more?
For me personally, it might be a struggle, just because again, I have limited time in the Bentley. I more chose it just because the last 2 seasons I was in the McLaren, so I wanted something different, and I didn't see anyone else using the Bentley, so I was like, screw it, I'll use the Bentley.
Be the different one, the odd one out.
Yeah, but with Zolder, it could honestly go either way. I don't know how the car handles at that track generally, but I'm going to be trying to put in more practice time to see what I can do.
Lovely. Well, if there is any more drivers out there willing to join for a quick interview, feel free to join. Thank you for joining
Speak your mind.
Sorry?
No, not you. Just the drivers. Speak their mind.
Yeah, exactly. Say what you want. Thank you for joining us today, Hunter, and good result for you. And obviously,
yes, sir. And thank you for the opportunity for the interview and the race.
No worries. You've had to reset your points because you changed cars, but I think you've gained more points than you did before.
I think so. I don't remember what I had in Suzuka.
I think you got 200 points for Suzuka. 200 points in the McLaren, and I think you finished what? P9. So that's 220. So that's already 20 points more than you've already scored. So you're not going to be fighting for the championship, but
Yeah, I mean that's exactly another reason why I chose to switch cars, because I knew I wasn't going to be fighting for race wins. So why not just have some fun in a different car?
Absolutely. I mean, from this result, it does look like if results stay as they are, I believe it might be neck and neck at the top for P2. Luke Wilson and Matt Townsend might be neck and neck, if not a couple, maybe 5 points between them, which should be interesting.
Damn.
Obviously, Thomas Bostelli's not here today. Emma Plate was here today, so he'll be getting into the thousands. Olaf Nahim not here today. Pietro Becchia, he had a really, really good qualifying session. He got pipped out by his teammate Daniel Monducci, but then got involved in an incident at first lap and then just dropped to the bottom. But really good recovery drive from him. Let me just check where he finished quickly. So Becchia finished P5, which isn't actually that bad. I don't think where did he qualify? He qualified P6. So granted, Daniel Monducci had a little bit of an issue, a disconnect, but P5 from P6, it's really not bad. And good results for them both.
Yeah, especially with how good the top of the field is.
Absolutely. I mean, the lap times and the consistency, and the sort of racecraft between them all is really, really incredible.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But yeah, anyway, so I will take it that no one wants to join us, and I don't blame you. I'm a sweaty mess. I'm going to probably go have a shower or try and dry out somehow.
Yeah, to
And
avoid
chill out.
that, I picked up a little box fan and it had I can't talk. I had it pointed right towards me.
Yeah, see, I've got the same, but my PC is pretty hot. It runs pretty hot. My room is very, very small as well, so it contains the heat pretty well. I've even got my windows open. I've got a fan on me. I've got my door open. I'm still sweating my ass off. But anyway,
Yeah.
well done to Robert Bjorkman, and well done to everyone else for obviously completing the race. It's an achievement to finish a race, and to finish first you have to finish. So it's all important to finish a race, and
Yes.
even with issues or mistakes or accidents and damage and stuff like that, it's always good to finish a race. Anyway, any final words from you?
Great race to everyone. Again, thank you, Charlie, for the Racing League, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Thank you, overall.